Hello, everyone. This is Joe Boston with the Dallas Real Estate Investment Group. I'm here to offer you and extend to you an invitation to our meeting on the 17th of February, and that's going to be at 11 o'clock at the Dallas REIG headquarters. What do we want to talk about are the concepts and actually the timeline for fix and flip. And they need to be realistic, and what your expectations will be kind of sets forth what your plan will be. But also what we want to discuss are materials and contractors. And so as you'll see before you, the first step, obviously you want to be making offers all the time. And so, you can expect maybe 1 out of 50, you're going to get some type of interaction. And what I mean by interaction is if you're focusing on distressed properties, it's going to be more difficult to get in contact with someone possibly that is an heir or is in a distressed situation. So you need to make a lot of offers. And then once the offer is accepted, you need to notify your team and get your team ready. And that's what we're going to talk about at the meeting on the 17th as well. Who's on your team, but more importantly, how you utilize them and at what time points throughout your process. Then you need to really be good at the numbers. And we're going to talk about numbers and how you can actually do an estimate, a generalized estimate, but then become granular in how you can actually analyze a rehab. And then kind of the pre-construction or pre-rehab walkthrough, what does that look like? And so you want to be able to focus on what's important and the things that need to be done. So one of the things too is once you close, that's really when the process starts. So it's really important that you're already ready to move forward the day you close. You don't want to be sitting on a property when you've closed on it. And so we're going to be talking about that on the 17th. And so the property's funded. You need to contact all your contractors, but your contractors should have already been at the property and they should have done a scope of work already. You should have a really good grasp on what all your trades need to do. Now you can hire a general contractor or you can do it yourself or have your own trades, meaning do the general contracting duties yourself, hire your own trades and then manage those trades. One of the things that I always profess is that you should really be a master at what you do. It's not just good enough to know the process, but you need to have mastery. And mastery means working alongside, not actually swinging the hammer, but learning what those trades do. How that helps you is one, it assists you with knowing what the costs will be, how long it'll take, where you need to get your materials, how to do a budget appropriately. Making sure that you're getting multiple bids and working with multiple contractors will help you refine your numbers over time. And they're always changing because the market changes and fluctuates, meaning material costs go up, material costs sometimes go down, right? Labor costs go up, labor costs go down. Land goes up, land goes down. Property values go up, property values go down. And so what you really want to focus on and what your exit strategies are. And so we're going to talk about that. But also the first 5 days of closing, you close, it's funded, you get in contact with all your trades or your general contractor. The utilities should be on or put into your name, right? You're going to take that pre-construction walkthrough and you're going to match it up to the move forward on how you execute and start the work to get your property rehabbed. And then you might want to revise some of the scope of work based on now you might have the ability to do a little bit more analysis or review of the property so that now you might have to do some other things. You might want to realize that the electrical is a little bit different or the outcome is different than what you want at the time that you analyze it. So now you have to make other arrangements to improve your electrical, plumbing, HVAC, roof, what have you. You might discover some other damages. But here's the thing, you have to be prepared. And we're going to talk about that. Meaning you got to have your team, got to have your ability to fund the rehab and your materials. Okay, we're going to talk about that. So on day 6, the return approved scope of work starts the ball rolling. Really and truly, this should already have been in play and in motion. You're going to get several things done. Contracts with your tradespeople or your general contractor, a timeline on when things should be completed, who's going to buy the material. I always buy my material, and I'll explain that on the 17th why. It's important that you have relationships with vendors, material warehouses. It's really important. And then how you benefit from doing that. And then also the project manager will walk the job and set the points when they walk the job for completion. And there's going to be anomalies and things that, maybe change orders that occur. So you're going to need to be managing this process. And I always say there's 2 things we do. It's management and money. And in the management aspect of this is what I love, but you can hire someone to do that. The money aspect of it, you should be in tune because you're going to be releasing draws that are going to draw on your actual rehab budget. So we're going to talk about that as well. So then you're going to do a soft start, meaning once you do start, have everybody getting their materials in place, accounts in place, what their start times are. Then you can start to do the soft walkthroughs and starts of the project. And now the job should be in full swing, right? So you got your timeline, then you start to manage your timeline. But we're going to talk about this on the 17th again on what you can expect for the 10 days from closing to starting on your project for fix and flip. And so it's really important. And I want to say this, we're just in the midst of doing a closing. It's going to be always a great skill to have when you want to do fix and flip. But, talking about it is really just something that you're doing. You're just talking about it, right? It's mastery. It's not just the knowledge of the concepts. So if you really want to do this fix and flip process, you're going to need to have mastery of how it works, how to structure it, how to execute it, and then how to repeat it over and over again, right? And develop a really good, solid process. And we're going to talk about that again. I want to mention that at Dallas REIG on the 17th at 11 o'clock. And what I want to say is you will get the ability to have a rehab worksheet that we have. It's an overview. So it's not really something that you can just get off the street, something that we've kind of worked on and refined. We're going to go over that as well. And so I want to make sure you have the ability to use a tool that can kind of give you the vision of what we do and how we kind of analyze our first steps for the fix and flip, and then how we actually execute it going forward. So again, want to invite you on the 17th, and you can register at the Dallas Real Estate Investment Group. So that's DallasREIG.com. That's DallasREIG.com. So please register, and it'll be on our calendar. We have multiple ways for you to register. We're on Meetup and also DallasREIG.com and on Facebook. But in addition to that, we'll have the ability for you to participate in our ongoing meetings and then also our real world events. So can't wait to see you. And again, on the 17th of February at 11 o'clock. And please register at DallasREIG.com. See you then.